Hey, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Ranjan, and this is seventh video of Apache Spark playlist. And in the last six videos, I have covered basic introduction of Pyspark, how Pyspark works, what is architecture of Pyspark. And in my last video, I have explained narrow and wide transformation in Pyspark. So in this video, we will talk about transformations on key value pair. In the last video, we have seen transformation on simple RDDs without key value pairs. In the last video, we have worked on this simple RDD, just simple numbers. But in this video, we will talk about key value pairs. So first of all, what are key value pairs? I will give you context. Suppose this is our table. So here it is serial number and here it is name. So it would be 1, 2, 3, and here would be Mike, John, Rambo. So this would be a key. So it is like a index, but index always starts from 1, 2, 3, 4. But in this we can name any value. It is just like a dictionary. Suppose we can mention it age group, and in this we can say young, old, medium. So this would be our key and this would be value. This is value. So now I will show you how we work on key value pairs. So I have initialized Spark context. So in earlier video, I was working on simple elements in RDD. So that is the simple case of RDD. But in this example, we have to work on key value pairs. So I will create some tuples inside the list. So if you will see, I am creating 1 comma 2. So first element would be my key, and here as well first element would be key and second element would be value. So when I do data dot collect, so it will give me tuples like structure inside the list, and if I will see the type of the data, it would be same as it was earlier. It was RDD. So now I am just counting like how many values I have. If you will see, by just by counting, it will be 8 values, but I will see 4 values. So it has 4 key pair structure, and I will do count by value. So if you remember, earlier we were doing by count, but now in this case it is a key value pair. So what I am doing here, I am counting by value, how many values we have. So it will create a tuple like structure. 1 comma 2 is coming only once, but if you will see 3 comma 4, it is coming twice, so it has given me 2. And in case of 3 comma 6, it has given me a 1. So whenever we have key 3 and value is 4, it is coming 2 times. And now I will show you a string structure. In this you will get a more clarity. So here I have a key is 1, so you can take it as a index, you can suppose it as a index. So here I am taking first index, here I am taking second index, it would be 3, it would be here, it would be 4. So it is like a key value pair, and value I am taking a name. So when I will do data string dot collect, so I will see this structure, and if we will count, it would be same, it would give me 4. And now here if I will do count by value, so it will give me 1, and Mike is coming 1, everyone unique, so it is giving me that each value comes only once. And I am working on data test, that was numerical. So if I will type top, so it will give me top 2 elements which is coming in tops. This is coming at first position, this is coming at second position, this is at third, this is at fourth. If I will do type top, so it will give me first two structure 1, 2 and 3, 4. And if I will do sort by key, so these are the keys 1, 3, 3, 3. So it will do sorting, so it will just do sort like this. And if I want to just look up, it will behave like a index. If I want to see what was the element in third key, so here what is my third key, this is third key, this is third key, this is third key, and I have 3 values in this, 4, 6, 4. So it is giving me 464 value. And if I want to collect all keys, so what I can do, I can do data dot keys function dot collect, so it will give me all keys. If I am interested into getting the values, so I will do this dot data dot values function dot collect, and here I have map values. If you remember, in my last video we have covered map, but here it is map values, because in this data set we have to work on values because it is key value pair. So it will behave like a same as it was behaving with normal elements. So here is map values, and it will just map this function to our RDD. So what it is doing here, it will just multiply each value by itself. So first value would be 2, and it will be multiplied 2 by 2, and it will save into the values. Now structure would be like this. So earlier my value was 2, now it become 4. So we don't use data.map and data.reduce in key value pair. Instead of data map, we use data.map values, and instead of reduce, we use reduce by. So here we have two functions. First is reduce by key and second is group by key. Both are same except one difference I will tell you, but result of both would be same. If you are trying to do by reduce by key, result would be same. If you are trying to do by group by key, result is same. But the difference is that group by key takes more computational power, it takes more computation resources. I will tell you what is the difference. So these are my three RDDs. One is this, second is this, and third is this. So what I want to do, group by, so I just want to create a group for each key. The purpose of both function is same. Here we have AB, here also we have AB, and here also we have A and B. So what I will do in reduce by key, I will combine each RDD in itself. So I am combining these two partitions, A.1, B.1. So I am just combining these two elements into one. Do we have any A key here? No, we have single A. So what I will do, I will just write it as it is. Here, if you will see, we have two keys A. So what I will do, I will just combine the values. So I will write A and will combine 1 and 1, it will become 2. So same case with B as well. I will write just B, and we have 1 value, so I will add 1 plus 1, it will be 2. So this is my result. And here I have 2A and 3A and 2B. So I will write A comma 3. So my value would be 3 for A key, and here my value would be 2 for B key. Now I have three results. So what I will do, I will combine these three results. So first I will do for A. So now in this I have one value, in this I have two value, and in this I have three values. So I will add 3 plus 2 plus 1, it will become 6. So my final result for A is 6. I have 6 values in total. And in this case, I have here, I have 1B, here 2B, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5. So this would be my final result. So A comma 6 and B comma 5. So for A, my value is 6, and for B key, my value would be 5. So now I will show you group by key. If you will see group, so what it will do, it will just combine all these three RDDs. Here it will not aggregate, here it will not compute the final result in this RDD itself. It will just join all the RDDs into one, then it will calculate in the final stage. So here if you will see, there is lot of unnecessary data to being transferred over the network. There would be a bandwidth issue as well, it would be use more computation resources. So all values are coming here, and in final you will see like 1a comma 1 element comes here, and here these two elements comes here, and here these three element will come here. So final result would be A comma 6 and B comma 5. So basically both function would give a same result, but they are behaving in different manner. So we are always recommended to use reduce by key. So now I will show you syntax. So this was my data.collect. Here are my values, and now what I am doing, I am just combining all the keys. So here you will see I am reducing by key. So the final result would work like as it was doing in simple element in case of reduce function that we have seen in previous video. So what it will do, it will just combine the values. Suppose it is combining for 1 and here it is doing for 3. So 3 is a key. So first it is reduced by key. So in 3 it will see the values, how many values we have, 4, 6 and 4. So it will just combine, because here we have mentioned that x would be as it is. So my key would be as it is, but in case of y it would say x plus y. So now I am seeing here 2 and 14. So here my other example, in this I am just collecting max. So whatever the information in each key, what is the maximum value in this? Suppose here I have 4, here I have 6, here I have 4. So my maximum value was 6 here, so 6 would come here. And this was group by key, and this group by key would be same as was group in simple element. So in group it was generating a generator. So it would be like this. I will show you. So if you will see, I have just performed group by key. You will see the result is it is creating separate group. For 1, how many values I have, for 3, how many values I have. So if I want to print, I can see these are the values. For 1 I have 2, for 3 I have 4, 6, 4. Now if I want to do add, I can add these values. This is the like if I want to add the values, what I will do, I will do group by key and I will map this function to this RDD. If I will do a.collect, so you will see the result is same, but the way is different.
So here it is done same way, 1 2 3 comma 14. It has just combined all the values, and in this I am finding just maximum value, so it will give me same thing. Now you will see, if I am using reduce by key only, it would be equivalent to group by key dot map values, because reduce by key automatically adds everything, because it was same for simple elements as well in my last video. And in this key pair value, if I am doing reduce by key, it is automatically adding, because the purpose of the reduce is adding, it's just combining. Either you can add or subtract or can multiply. But if you want to perform same operation by group by key, then you have to use group by key and dot map values, and you can add any sum, multiply, or whatever you want. So now I have the example of flat map values. So even it is same as it was flat map, but it is key value pair, so I am using values with flat map, so it would perform same way. So now what I am doing, if you will see, I have only 4 pairs, but in flat map it just increase the length of the RDD by adding some value, either 0 or we can add any value. So what I am doing here, I am just taking first key value pair, and just key would be same and value would be up to x. So what is my x here? So suppose my first value is 1 2, so 1 would be same, so key would be same 1, and x would go up to my value. So my value was 2, so it will go up to n minus 1. So my first element would be 1.1, and in second case 3 4. So what it will do, first type 3, and it starts from 1, so first would be 1, then 3 2, then 3 3, because it will go up to, in case of this element, it will go up to 3 only, because n minus 1. Then it would go for 3 comma 6, so it would start from 3 1 3 2 3 3 3 4 3 5 only, because it is n minus 1. And same for 3.4, 3 1 3 2 3 3. So it is just performing same way as flat map was performing. So here data.collect, this was my data. Now I am showing you example of subtract by key. This is important. So this is my simple data.collect, and this is my data2.collect. So here I am taking only example of 3 9. If you will see here, I am subtracting data2 from the data, and I have taken two cases, data2 from data and here data from data2. So here it is giving a result 1 comma 2. So why it is so? Because in data 2, if you will see, there is 3 key. The 3 key is present in data 2. So what it will do, it will subtract the data 2 from the data. So if you will see, I have 3k here, so it will replace 3 here, but there is no 1 key in data 2, so it will, the answer would be 1 comma 2, because when I am subtracting data 2 from the data, so my 3 key would be replaced and 1 comma 2 would be there. And if you will see, when I am doing opposite, so when I am subtracting data from the data 2, so here I have 3, so 3 would be replaced and there is no other element apart from the key 3, so it would be blank. So result would be different if I am subtracting data 2 from the data or data from the data 2. So now I have join. So this is used to perform inner join, outer join, left outer join, right outer join. So I will show you. So this was my data and this is my data to collect. So here I am taking 4 elements, 1 and 3 key. Here I am taking example of 3 and 4 key. So when I am doing data with data 2 joining, so what it will do, it will just search for the common keys. If you will see, I have 1 key in data but not in this. I have only 3 and 4. So what it will do, it will just combine the common keys. So first it will take 3. So it is just write the key value and it will search the value 4 and 9. So it will do 4 and 9 like this. Okay, and now it will search for another key. So another key is 3 here, so it will create a other entry 3, and here it value is 6 and other in 9, so it will write 6 and 9. And in another case it will search for the value 3 and value would be 4 and 9, because we have only one element in data 2. If I will just change the place, data 2 outside and data is inside, so it will perform the same way, but the order would be different. Here it was 4 9, and but in that case it would be 9 4, 9 6 and 9 4. And now this is right outer join and this would be left outer join. So in case of right outer join, so it will perform a join between two RDDs where key must be present in the first RDD. In case of right outer join, so whatever the key is present in the first RDD, so this would be my first RDD. So in right outer join, it will just give preference to this data too. Whatever the keys value are present in this data too, it will just combine only those data. So if you will see in data 2, I have only key 3 and 4. So it will just create a for 3, for 3, for 3 and for 4. It will not create for 1 because it will give preference to data 2, what is inside in outer join. If I will change this way, change the place, here I will do data 2 and here I will do data. So now I have changed the place of the data 2 with the data. So here I am taking data and here I am taking data 2. So if you will see in data I have 1 3. Okay, so it will create for 1, it will create for 3 3 3, but it will not create for 4 because whatever the RDD you are mentioning here, this would be preferred. So it will join with this data. So it will create 1. If you will see, I have no value for one key here, so it will just write none, and for other I have 2, so it will be like this. So and then I have left join. So left outer join, it would be equivalent to right outer join when my place of data 2 would be different. Here I was performing function on data 2 and taking a parameter as data, but in this, if in case of left outer join, I am taking data 2 as a parameter and data and performing operation on data. It is somewhat confusing, but if you will try by your own hands, then it will be very easy. So it will be same, but just here would be order would be changed. So here I am performing right outer join by 2 ways, and here I am performing left outer join by 2 ways. Here I have mentioned as well, it will perform a join between two RDDs where key must be present in the first RDD. If that key is not present here, it would be none. And here it is saying this is left outer join, so that key must be present in data 2. If that key is not present here, it would be none. So we have covered transformations on key value pair as well. In the next video, I will be showing you that in which cases we don't use RDD, and in those cases we would be using SQL data frame. So that would be a replacement for RDD because we have some problems, we have some drawbacks in RDD. So in that case, we prefer to use SQL data frame, and that would be very interesting video. So I hope I am able to explain you about the key value pair transformation. If you are facing any doubt or difficulty, just let me know by posting a comment in the video. So please show some support by liking the video and subscribe my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications of further videos in your inbox. So see you all in the next video. Till then, goodbye, enjoy, happy learning.